Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Right, well the lunatics are finished, so now we can start you up again, and we can start you up, we'll start all of these up again. So we'll go back to fast speed on here, so we want that road vehicle, and then you over here, start you up. And you over here, we'll start you up as well. I am going to go in here and I'm going to configure this one. And I'm actually going to make this one a bit bigger. So that I've got more room for bread. Because otherwise we're not going to be able to fill up all of our trucks. So there. You can guarantee that if I don't extend this one as well, they will just start putting the bread on that side, on the short side, rather than where we actually want it. So those are away. I've now got several trucks all going through, completely laden down with bread. We've got almost all of the people that have been brought in, and that is doing really well.
The Everglades National Park is a perfect destination for families out on a day trip. That is, as long as you keep an eye on the kids and the alligators aren't hungry.
Bring 50 people from Miami by boat to the Everglades and make 100,000 cash money by using hovercrafts. 100,000 money, yes. Okay, well, we are actually doing that at the moment. That is something that we're already doing. We've already got that one underway. I got right there, McStallion is bringing 3 people in. I got Key West over here that's got a few people that we do run. Earn money, 16,000 right there. And then McStallion, he's just come in. Although he didn't actually transport any people in. Randall White over this side is currently on minus 76,000. But he's now almost broken even and he's picked up 5 people. I need to get the people going from Miami over here to the Everglades. Right, well, we've already earned the money. That apparently was not any kind of an issue whatsoever. The bread we've almost earned as well. We got more road vehicles coming through here, more of the big Peterbilt trucks. So the only thing we've actually got to do for this bit is get the people from Miami over to here. That was 2. That was all. That was just 2. But they are at least traveling through pretty quickly, so I don't think it's going to take all that long before we get them coming in. We've now got 5 people right there coming in. I'm wondering if maybe I should get rid of the road. Like, if the only way for them to get to the Everglades port over here is via the hovercraft, then I don't need to worry about the road transport, like, taking some of the people in. Because, look, although they don't seem to be heading over this way. Nobody actually seems to be heading over here. Really? 1? That was just 1? Well, I've provided for the spring breakers, anyway. Thinking that maybe we should get rid of Havana Port over here now, because these hovercraft, they're still losing money overall. So I'm gonna just take a look at this line here, and we're not gonna worry about ferrying people backwards and forwards. So we'll go into there, and we'll eliminate the Havana Port from this line. And we could get rid of that one as well, but I don't think I'll worry about that. So Randall White, he's got 6 people on board there. And then if I look in Miami Port over this side, we have 5 people waiting. Everglades Port. Alright, in you go. You've got 6 people there. I've transported 4 people so far, and he's now got 9 on board. I'm thinking now we're going to start getting a few extra people turning up wanting to go over this way, because the demand is suddenly like starting to increase for the Everglades, which makes me think that yes, we are... Oh, okay, maybe not. We got 1 coming in there. I don't think I need 3 hovercraft running this route. Now that's gone up to 8. Stallion has got 3 over here. He's now minus 122,000. I really don't need this many people. So we will sell on the road. Manage vehicle. Just going to let him go in there a minute. Right. Sell. Yes. And then these two here, they're in mediocre condition. You know what? I'm just going to let them go. They're in mediocre. They're fine. Mediocre condition is absolutely fine. We're not going to worry about that. So we've got 2 vehicles. 2 of the hovercraft are running backwards and forwards between the 2. I think they will be absolutely tickety-boo and fine and wonderful. Key West.
Key West is a paradise for all kinds of eccentric characters. They like it when things are unconventional. Transport them by streetcar, an extremely unusual means of transportation for the USA in the 1980s.
Build a streetcar to Key West and transport 20 people. Right. New plan. Let's not build a streetcar to Key West. Let's do it slightly differently. So I need to go to... Right, bus lane, tram track. I gotta have a streetcar. So I'm gonna run the streetcar all the way out through here. I'm gonna go from the bus stop that I've got over this side, and I'm gonna upgrade some of the road all the way through. This is what I think I'm gonna do. So we want to go to buildings in here. I've got bus tram station, modular bus tram station right there. Okay. So now I don't actually want to change that at all. But what I do want to do is I want to go to a tram depot over here. So I'm going to put that tram depot next to that one there. And then I'm going to click on here. I'm going to go to buy vehicles. We've got the Pittsburgh, which takes 21 people. We've got the Toronto, and we've got the Toronto again. That's 20, that's 18, and that's 21. I think we're going to go with this one here, the newest one. But let's not worry about that for a minute. So then I want to go here, and I want to go to Configure, Settings, Electric. Right, so I've now upgraded that to electric. That's all I wanted to do in there. So that is now classed as tram track. Now I need to go onto the road, and I need to go to streets. We need regular streets over here. Tram track, yes, I need that to be electric. So I've actually got to upgrade all the way through, and then I've got to get this to go right the way down over to this side. So in order to get to here, we're going to go this way, I think. I'm going to run it along the front. Take you right the way along here. So the street is exactly the same. I'm just adding in the tram tracks onto it. That's going to go this way, up there, and it's going to go to that point, and then it's going to go up there like that. Right. There's where the streetcar can go, and then it's going to run along this bridge. Along there. To there. It's going to run right round that bit. And it's going to go all the way along here over to here. So we've now got the streetcar on here. The tram track is all on there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the vehicle manager first. So I've got this line 8 down here. Those 2 vehicles there, I'm going to sell them both. They're gone. Then I'm going to go there like that and go to line 8. So I've got Church Road, we got Manor Road, and we got King's Way up there. I will go... I just need to add a station, I think. Go from King's Way. I'm just going to do one station all the way over here, which is Miami Holt. It's going to go all the way out through there like that. And then we got 3 stations in here. So they go from Miami, and they'll go right the way across Miami. You know what? I think what I could do is I could also add in an extra couple of points just along this route. It's just going to get some more people traveling on it, I think. So we go to buildings, we'll go to bus tram station over here, and we will put 1 there going that way. We will put 1 there going that way, and we will put Right, which way? That one's going that way. So we'll put one going that way like that. And then I'll come all the way over to here, and I will put one there and one there like that. Right. So it's a straight run going backwards and forwards between two. Then we can go into here again. We've got line 8. So Miami Holt. If I get rid of Miami Holt a minute, it goes... Actually, I'm going to get rid of these as well. I don't want them like this. So we start off by going key. We'll plan it from up here. We want to add station. We start off there. That's the first station. And then we go to this one. Which way is that going? That's going the correct way. That one needs to go over to there. And then from there, we come over to this side. It's got to be on that one. So he's heading over there. And then we come back over this side. And we go to that one up on that side. And then I go all the way out here. And it's that one there, King's Way, because of the side that he's on. And then I go down here to Church Road. And then I go up there to Manor Road. And then we come back over here. Go all the way back over this way. I take the avenue. And then I go to York Road over there. And that's it. We're done. That is the route complete all the way round. So I've added in all of the stations there. Next up, I want to go into the tram depot, and I want the Toronto CRLV. This is what I'm going to use, and I'm going to do 6 streetcars running this route like this. And we will go like that, and we will colour them all dark green, and we'll put all of them onto line 8 like that. It's now automatically adjusted them for line 8, and that is going to work perfectly. So out go all of the streetcars. Brand new streetcars all coming in. We've got streetcar stations. They're all working in here. I've already got one person on there. This is good. This works. Let's go up this side to the front of the line. Wait, I want to go there. And we will follow this one right here. So there is our streetcar. Running up through the line. He's got nobody on board at the moment, but we kind of wouldn't expect him to. And he does a little wiggle on here, and he's out across the bridges. It's going to take us a minute or two to start picking people up to come all the way out here, I think. But eventually they will start using it a little bit more regularly. We do have to run the route a few times first before they actually start using it on a regular basis, don't we? So we come in here and we stop at the station right there. I've already picked up 2 people. Transport people. Oh no, transport people by streetcar. I got 2 people on board. Need to come over to the station up here. So he comes up round the end. He turns round. That was quite an impressive spin. Now I got 10 people on board. And we go head up this way. We're going to go... Why are you going there first? I was going there first. He's picked people up. He's deposited some people. I've transported 1 person by streetcar at the moment. And then he's going to head back. So they're counting as being transported. We just got to keep the streetcars. I actually like these streetcars. I like the idea of the streetcars. Now, I don't know how successful this is going to be. So whether we've actually got to like bring them right onto the coast there or not, I'm not really sure. The other one, transporting the families. We've taken 17 people now with taking over to the Everglades port. They're busy running through. You're still only classed as 1 person, but what happens when these come over this way? Like they're wiggling up through the streets up here. I've got a full 20 people on board this one now. 7. That's right. That's going up and that's moving quite quickly. You over this side, Randall White. You got 2 people on board. Are they both going to jump out? 19 people on there. And then we go over here. We have a look at McStallion YT. He's got 9 people on board his. right there. So what we've got is streetcars are coming over to here. We're unloading some people, we're loading other people, and then we're kind of like turning around and we're going back the other way. Stallion's got nobody on board now. He's got absolutely nobody at all. Supposed to be taking people to the Everglades. This isn't working very well. Well, Randall White is coming on round, and he has got 8 people on board. So I'm hoping that the numbers are going to start increasing ever so slightly. We're running back and forth to the Everglades port over there. We've got Silver Wolf racing up through here with cigars and fruit and no rum. McStallion coming up this way. He's got 3 people on board there. So we got up to 26 out of 50 there. Transporting people by streetcar. I got 18 people on board that streetcar there. So I'm assuming that at some point fairly soon, there we go, that one at least is definitely doing all right. So it's this one over here that we need to keep a half an eye on. McStallion over there, he's only got 2 people on board for this particular trip. I just need to wait for those to run through, and we'll have our legitimate business up and running then. I think we're doing pretty well at this point. You know, I'm kind of thinking that it would, you know, there's the city over there. It's all noisy, lots of people moving around on it, and stuff like that. Thinking it'd be quite nice to just, like, come over onto one of these islands and get away from it all, you know, just kind of, like, disappear into one of these islands over here. Maybe build myself a little hut on one of these right here. There, that'd be absolutely perfect. I'm going to build myself a little hut right in the middle of this island over here. And this is where I'm going to stay. I'm not going to worry about it anymore after this. This is where I'm going to live. Right here on one of these islands. Right up until we get our first storm come through and sweep everything back into the ocean. Which you can be absolutely certain is what would happen. It wouldn't take very long, I don't think. Okay, Randall White is racing off around there. And he's got 4 people on board. How many of them are going to jump off at this next port? I'm not entirely sure. Just slowly waiting for them to get through. So, right, none of them. Not a single one of them has gotten off. So I'm still waiting on 16 more people to get on there. McStallion over here has got 1 person on board, and he's now got 10 people on board. Okay, 10 people on board. Now, that's a little bit more promising. At least 1 or 2 of them ought to get off at the Everglades port over here. So I'm kind of hopeful that maybe we will get something to happen here. It's going to go whizzing out over that side. Is he going to dump these 10 people here, or are some of them going to go elsewhere? He's going in. There, 4. 4 of them. We got 4 of them. That's it. Starting to take a while, this is, because look, like line 3, there's 1 person, 1. And he's probably not even going to get off there. I've just got to sit and wait for yet longer. What I was thinking of doing while I'm waiting is, you know, I kind of like the idea of coming out here, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not really an ocean person. Not really a sea baby, a water baby. Well, I like the water, I love the water, just not so much the ocean. I'm more of a freshwater person. I may live in Cornwall, which is famed for having a really, really long coastline. Its coastline is like 250 miles, which for a county in England is a ridiculously long coastline. And you can't get very far from the beach in Cornwall. I think the furthest you can get from the sea anywhere in Cornwall is about 14 miles. And I've always lived in Cornwall around about 10 miles or more away from the beach. I live right in the middle. I live on the moors. I'm on land. I'm firmly on terra firma rather than on the sea. So I'm kind of thinking I really like the idea of living on a tropical island. I've always loved the idea of living on a tropical island. Not a flat one like this. Ideally, I'd like to live on one that's got a dirty great big mountain in the middle. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe while we're waiting for transporting people over there, we could do something about this. Maybe I could make my dream come true. So we're going to go with, what have we got in here? We've got the flatten, we've got the raise, we've got the lower, we've got the height map. Modify the terrain with a height map texture. What's that? Okay, I don't really know what that is compared to... That just lifts it up. Right, up you go. 40 grand. I'm thinking that's looking pretty good. There we go. There's our first peak. Right, this is the sort of thing that I'm thinking about, right? We need a mountain. So we'll build up another mountain over here. Put one up there. We're on 43 families. So 43 people so far. There we go. There's another mountain. And build another one here. I got the palm tree right on the top of that one. We send that one all the way up as well. Up he goes. He's going to go a little bit higher than the other two. Going to bring him up like that. There we go. Right, so we're making a start with our mountain over here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go brush size. I'm going to bring you out like that. Strength, I'm going to bring you up to number 1 like that. I'm going to sort of do this. The 3 fingers up there are kind of entirely what I wanted. I want to bring this up, sort of like an old volcano. I definitely don't want an active volcano, although the chances of me finding a tropical island with a dirty great big mountain in the middle that's not going to get swept away by the first storm that turns up, that doesn't have a volcano attached to it, they're fewer and further between. But we could do it. There's always a possibility. Right, that great big lump that we've got, we're going to have to use the flatten tool to do that. Smooth. Right, well, we'll smooth that bit out down there like that. And then we'll keep going with this. We want to raise this up. There, so we can raise this. There's a lot of natural stone occurring with my mountain here. I've got millions of dollars. It's not like I'm short of cash. So we ought to be able to do this. We'll bring out the mountain in the middle of this one, sort of like this. Something like that. There, bring it down like this. So we're going to have some fairly impressive cliffs on this thing. Okay, I'm loving my mountain so far. I'm loving my mountain so far. It might be quite a big mountain here. It's probably going to be fairly exposed at times, but let's be honest, this is pretty cool. So long as we don't have an active volcano stuff down into this mountain, we are going to have an absolute beauty right here. This is going to be wonderful. Let's bring this up over this side. I mean, yes, we do have the inconvenience of the occasional hurricane passing through, but that's why we've got a great big mountain, is so that we don't get swept away into the ocean. So that's worn away a little bit more down here. So bring that there. This one is sort of, we've got some cliffs along here. That's being brought up a bit. We've got more cliffs along here as well. Like that. There. Bring the cliffs through on here, and then we've got the mountain over on this side. They're quite steep here, but we still got like a little bit of lower coastline down here. And then there's a little bit more of a mountain over there, I think, that we could bring up. So we'll sort of have it like this. So now what I want to do is I want to smooth the mountain out a little bit. Oh, wow. Okay. The smooth tool is considerably more powerful than the other. So I'm sort of smoothing this. I've got to be a little bit careful about this. So I can use the flatten tool here, because I'd like to kind of like flatten that a bit on the top there, like that. I love the idea of having this flat level area on the top up here, and then we'll bring the smooth. Let's bring that strength way down on there, and even then, it's still A little bit excessive. Right, so now we've got a flat area on the top, but it's more of a natural smoothing over the top of it as well, which I think is better. And then we can smooth out this so it's more of a hill rather than a mountain over this side. We don't need it to be excessive. Sort of bring that down like that there. Right. This is my perfect mountain home. This is my perfect mountain island home. This is what I'd like. If I was a multi-billionaire, this is probably the sort of thing that I would want to live on. Just get an island like this, and this is what I could live on. Ooh! Florida's where the action is. Your businesses are booming, the cash is streaming in, and it's all perfectly legal to boot. It's quite an impressive career you've made for yourself. So we've finished all of that one. We didn't quite get to finish my island. I was going to build a bridge all the way out to it, but we don't need to worry about that. We're going to return to the main menu.
Western Germany after reunification. The Iron Curtain has fallen. Many are convinced that mankind has surmounted the greatest turmoil, and history will now find a peaceful conclusion in capitalism and democracy. State-controlled intervention appears to be an obsolete model ever since the collapse of the Eastern Bloc. In its place, the liberated markets are supposed to help all of humanity to attain happiness and prosperity. Very promising prospects.
Well, that certainly sounds promising. So we are going to be working in Western Germany just after the Iron Curtain fell. I remember when that came down. I remember when the Berlin Wall came down. That was within my time. And, yeah, I remember that being all over the news. I didn't realise how significant it was because I was only a wee nipper at the time, but I do remember it happening. Now, what's this going to be like?
The Cold War is history. The era of global liberalism. The era of democracy and market economics. In the transport industry, too. You have been promoted to upper echelon management at the German Federal Railway, and you're supposed to usher in an era of change in railroad toward improving competitiveness, toward increasing cost efficiency. Get the Federal Railway in good shape for the future. A new era is dawning. Reunited at last, Germany faces a rosy future. But it hasn't gotten that far yet. At least, not at the German Federal Railway. Each year, the business incurs huge losses. But politics expects to see a maximum range of services. This just wouldn't work in the private sector, but luckily, the federal government assumes all the debts. Despite declining passenger figures and rising deficits, even less used routes are still supposed to remain in service. That won't happen without generous loans.
Increase access to local public transit of the towns to a total of 1,500. A grant of 100 million euros now per, or dollars I suppose we'll still say, because I don't think the euro had started in 89, had it? 100 million per year will be credited automatically to your account. I've already got $1 billion, and I'm going to be getting another 100 million per year credited to my account. I could afford that. Well, unfortunately, folks, that is all we've got time for today. Sometimes even our fantastic pilots, train drivers, and lorry drivers, and bus drivers, and boat drivers, and all the other drivers need a little bit of rest. So while they rest up and have a cup of tea, if you've enjoyed the episode, could you please head down below and give us a like? And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.